Hey everybody, it's Shadowstar and Crystal here for another review of Legends of Tomorrow. This time it's Ava.
So, Ava's a clone.
Ava's a clone, so now we've got clones, and then there's Ava's with some clones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. It turns out Ava's a clone. That was a big secret that Rip was keeping from us. So yeah, we get a kind of light-hearted plot with Ava, and then juxtaposed with Amaya's plot, which kind of ends on a darker note.
Yeah, because Kuwasa's dead.
Yep, we also get a bit of nice plot between Zari and Mick, which was kind of fun, to be honest.
Oh yeah, that was happening too.
That was a fun little side bit. I like them putting them together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the Zari and Mick plot, which was fun. Them learning the totem stuff. Mick and Zari having some conversations. It was all fun. I love Mick's reaction to everything, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has an interesting perspective. He was kind of insensitive when it comes to her religion, but
Meh.
on the other hand, it is mostly just ignorance, like when he offers her food she can't have, but yeah, you can try to see
He's
both
not that
sides.
ignorant, because he's not that ignorant, because he seems understanding when he makes the assumption that she's Jewish. He just isn't aware there are other religions which have a rule against anything that comes from a pig for some reason.
Yeah, he was close, but yeah.
Whatever. Zari wants to do what Zari wants to do.
Yeah.
Speaking of people whose names rhyme with Zari, we have to go see Mari. She wasn't in this episode, of course, but they seem to center the plot around somebody who wasn't invited to the episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got that.
Somehow in a timeline where she never got the totem passed down, she still became a vigilante.
Sure. I suppose the timeline has to cement itself somehow. Don't question this, because if this timeline is starting to already cement to the fact that we can now go to it, shouldn't that mean, how does the plot in like Arrow Season 4 when Mari shows up?
That's what I was wondering. How does this change things?
Yeah, I don't know, that's the weird thing. And then Amaya's like, well, I wish I never got on this ship, so blame Barry once again. Because if Barry didn't fuck a Flashpoint, we wouldn't have a Rogue Reverse Flash running around to kill Rex Tyler, so she would have just went home when her job with the JSA was done.
So it's Barry's fault that Amaya got on the ship in the first place.
Correct.
God damn it, Barry.
Exactly, but then who knows how any of this would have played out.
Yeah.
Actually,
the whole
none of
season
this...
2 of Legends.
And 3! 3 only exists because we broke time, and we only broke time because of this whole rigmarole with the Reverse Flash, which only exists...
Damn it, Barry!
Flashpoint ruins everything, once again!
Well, it creates good TV show plots.
That's true. Don't erase Season 2 and 3 of Legends. We actually love Season 2 and 3 of Legends, but inadvertently, Barry fucked up the season. In a good way, you know what I mean? But, like, from the character's perspective, he fucked it up.
And as we know, the ending of this season creates the plot of next season as well, so that's Barry's fault too.
Correct! My goodness. Everything. The past 3 seasons have all been his fault. And of course Barry wouldn't have escaped the Speed Force because he wouldn't have been in the Speed Force, because there wouldn't be a Speed Force prison without Savitar, without Flashpoint, so Season 4 would be much different.
Flashpoint just ruins everything.
Didn't really ruin Arrow though. Arrow just ruined itself with its drama in Season 6. Although Season 5 was good, so what am I saying? But yeah, Barry, you're really screwing everything up. Although, again, he made his own show bad, but this is still a fun story. So getting back to the plot at hand, we got more Damien in this episode, and once again we get fun scenes between him and Nate when he's pretending and all that stuff, which was fun.
Yeah.
Because now, obviously, Damien's getting upset because Nora's going to become evil because Mullis is almost...
What did he expect?
True, but yeah, Nora's going to become evil because we keep breaking time, so... Yeah, and speaking of breaking time, we've got our cliffhanger with Amaya running off to go break time.
Yeah, you're not supposed to mess with events you've already participated in, like Kuwasa dying.
That's true, but oh well, everything's a mess in terms of Amaya's timeline at this point. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously I enjoy this episode, but it's a tricky one, because, I mean, it has good moments, but it also feels like it doesn't have a grand plot per se. Like, you've got the plot with Ava. You've got the plot. It's kind of like, we've got a few plots we all just kind of need to unravel, and let's do it.
The only thing about timelines is time takes time to harden, but clearly it doesn't take much time to harden, because Amaya lost her totem, and after this much time without it, it meant that it disappeared from Mari's life.
So why aren't we solidifying a timeline where neither of them exist at all?
That's what I was saying. Why did Mari and Kuwasa exist at all if Amaya has been away from home for God knows how long, when she needs to go home to create a child who will have those two kids?
And for once, Kuwasa is right when she says Amaya's the one being selfish. I don't get why Amaya says, no, you're being selfish. No, you're being selfish. You're erasing them from existence.
She's being so, reckless with Nate when she acted different in season 2, where she was all like, no, I can't let myself get attached because I have to go home and have a kid with someone else. She knew that. Once she knew that, she was pretty good about it.
Actually, that raises a question about the original timeline. How did her, in a pre-Reverse Flash timeline, how did her and Rex Tyler break up? Because she was still involved with Rex Tyler, even though she says we don't fraternize, and she was still planning on leaving the JSA.
Wait. There was this time when they went to... They met one of the guys from the JSA and talked to him. He was older, and he said... After that mission, after you left to be with the Legends, we went on a suicide mission. I'm guessing Rex would have died.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. No, they didn't say that. They just said they went on a mission. But then, yeah.
I don't know. He said it didn't go well, and now... I don't know.
No, because I don't know. Because we don't know if Obsidian knew that the remaining JSA members had been recruited for the Spear Quest. Maybe he assumes they're all dead because they went on the Spear Quest.
True. I wonder, would Rex and Amaya also have been recruited for the Spear Quest?
No, because Rip of all people would know that she has a destiny, so I'm assuming she definitely wouldn't have been included. I don't know about Rex.
He probably would have recruited Rex, and he would have, agreed it's for the good of the world and broke up with Amaya to go somewhere to hide a piece of the spear.
Exactly. And Rip just doesn't give her the exact reasons, but he just says, sorry, I can only recruit these people. Now they're broken up, and Maya's like, well, I'm going to go home, and then the rest is itself.
Yeah.
So again, Barry, you fucked it up.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was fun. But yeah, this was an interesting episode because, it doesn't have a grand plot. We're like, okay, we're building up the Muller stuff, we've got Totem stuff, we've got Ava stuff, which, don't get me wrong, I don't hate the Ava stuff, but it doesn't greatly tie in with any of the major plots.
Yeah, it's not like there's a whole plot revolving around the clones or anything. After we learn this...
it barely gets mentioned ever again.
No, because she accepts, okay, I'm still me, I'm whatever.
Yeah, her being a clone almost never factors in, and when it does, it's not really played plot-wise. It's just kind of reminding us that she is a clone. But, that plot, prior to this episode, you're like, ooh, what's going on with Ava? There's a mystery. Then it's like, oh, she's a clone. Now it's like, well, that's it. Spoiler, it barely comes up in the plot ever again. So, it's got nothing to do with the Mullis plot or anything. Again, not saying I didn't like that aspect of the story, but yeah, it is a bit of an odd point that they kind of just didn't go anywhere with it afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tricky episode because, I enjoy watching it, but it's definitely never going to be one I remember. I don't
know. I don't think I would particularly enjoy it on a rewatch.
Yeah.
Once you know stuff, and it's like...
Yeah, when I rewatch this, the scenes I always remember are those little bits with Damien, but that's just some nice Damien comedic moments, not the overall story-wise.
I think I'll just go 7.5.
I'll just give it a 8.
Okay.
Just an 8. What is the next episode called?
Guest starring John Noble.
These names are getting weird.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, who's John Noble?
You'll find out next episode. It gets really meta.
No, it doesn't make sense. I've seen the name on the credits.
Trust me, I promise you, I'll explain it next episode. It'll make sense. It's really
Okay.
it's almost fourth wall breaking, but it makes sense. I'll explain it.
It is fourth wall breaking.
I'll explain it next episode. Trust me.
All right.
It'll make sense. You'll see it on the screen.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll see you next time for more Legends and things as well. See you next time, guys.